So we are going to go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Aloni. I'm with Schneps Media, the largest local media company in the New York metro area with over 100 media outlets from Manhattan to Montauk. We proudly serve Long Island with the Long Island Press, our Nassau papers, and Dan's papers out on the East End. And today we are thrilled to be able to bring you an expert to talk about an opportunity to meet PSEG Long Island Business First advocates, learn about them, and the support for small businesses that PSEG Long Island provides. So, I bet you may not have thought of PSEG Long Island as a way to help your business, but they are here to show you their vast resources to support your business with direct help and services. And after today, you're going to understand why they're now known for the question, how can we help? So today we have an expert who's going to show you how PSEG Long Island Business First Advocates can help you reduce costs, access rebates, and grow your business with personalized hands-on support. So I'm just going to share something with you because we do want to share an important message as we get started. So just give me one moment. So I'd like to share with you the PSEG Long Island safety message. We like to get started with all of our presentations this way. So the safety message is high voltage proximity awareness. Working near high voltage equipment or overhead power lines can be deadly, even without direct contact. Electricity can arc or jump through the air to reach a conductor, including people or tools. So key safety reminders: maintain minimum approach distances. Always know and follow OSHA and utility-specific clearance distances. Look up and live. Always scan the area before operating ladders, cranes, lifts, or other tall equipment. Also, assume that all lines are live. Never touch or go near a down line, even if it appears not to be live. Use a spotter. When working near power lines, assign a dedicated observer to ensure safe clearance is maintained. Stay grounded. Use proper grounding procedures and insulated tools when necessary. And finally, report hazards immediately. If you notice damaged lines, improper clearances, or exposed equipment, notify your supervisor right away. So now with that, I would like to introduce our incredible panelist today. Her name is Veronica Isaac. Let me tell you a little bit about her. Veronica has a 30-year utility industry career and has worked for all New York downstate utilities: Brooklyn Union, Con Edison, National Grid, and PSEG Long Island. Her experience spans across gas, electric, steam, and information technology. She graduated summa cum laude with a BS in finance from Morgan State University, along with attaining an MBA and a master's degree in computer science from Long Island University, right here on Long Island. Veronica is the manager for customer and community partnerships, overseeing segments that involve direct customer contact and engagement, economic development, business customer advocates, and the community partnership program. Her teams establish relationships with PSEG Long Island customers by providing financial support to help revitalize business districts, provide direct and personalized business account support, giving small business a direct point of contact, and lastly, by volunteerism and support for nonprofits who reside within our local communities. Veronica resides on Long Island. She's married and the mother of 2 sons. She sits on the executive board of Girls Inc. of Long Island and is also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, where she serves on the regional level, mentoring collegiate scholars to serve as leaders for the organization. Veronica is also a member of the American Association of Blacks in Energy. She chartered the Long Island chapter and is currently serving as the Long Island chapter president. Phenomenal. Welcome, Veronica. We are so thrilled to have you here.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm so excited to be here this morning.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, like I said, we might not all know the scope of how PSEG Long Island has, shares for their customers and has available for their customers. Can you talk a little bit about PSEG Long Island's commitment to your customers?
Absolutely, Elizabeth. First and foremost, we are extremely committed to our customers, and safety is our utmost priority. As indicated on the slide, we believe in providing best-in-class service for our electric reliability and our storm response. We provide opportunities for all of our customers to learn more about energy efficiency as well as renewables, along with providing high quality customer service and, of course, caring about our employees, our customers, as we all reside here on Long Island and across the PSEG Long Island footprint, which expands from the Rockaways all the way to Montauk. And we care about our local communities. And that is our commitment to our customers.
Amazing, amazing. And as we talk, more and more will unfold about the true commitment that you have in the many, many important programs. So, we do know that PSEG Long Island is important to Long Island, but we don't know the scope, I bet. So can you share an overview of PSEG Long Island's footprint?
I can. A lot of our customers are not fully aware of the numbers that we support. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that we're sharing this overview. Within our PSEG Long Island footprint, which spans from the Rockaways to Montauk, we cover approximately 1.2 million customers.
Wow.
Customer accounts, which actually reflect approximately 3 million residents in total. We have 134,000 customer accounts, of which 100,000 of those accounts are small to medium businesses, which is the area that my teams actually focus in on. The other 34,000 accounts are large business accounts that have managed executives that support them. But I like to focus in on that $100,000 point right there, which is specifically targeting the small to medium businesses.
Tremendous footprint. It really gives an understanding of PSE and EG Long Island is Long Island. So,
Exactly. And it highlights
yeah,
too the fact that we hear it all the time that small to medium businesses are the backbone of Long Island. It shows in the numbers. There are 3 times as many small to medium businesses as large. And now we have a team in place that I will share more about that is dedicated to helping them. So let's
yeah,
continue
yeah.
talking.
I want to hear about PSEG Long Island's Business First initiative because that's something you lead and is such an important part of supporting businesses.
Yes, so we are very passionate about the Business First program. And believe it or not, it actually has a long-standing history. It's just gone through a lot of different names. So we started out as the Business Customer Advocate Program, and it was launched back in 2016, 2017.
Hmm.
Um, Year to date, we've had a team that has gone through, on average, 40,000 customer contacts, talking to businesses all across Long Island to address their questions, their concerns, and how we can help.
Hmm.
In 2024, toward the end of 2024, we decided to reassess how we were operating, and we recoined the name of the team to be known as the Business First Advocates. Because under the Business First umbrella, it provided a common name to talk about all of the products and services that are provided to small to medium businesses. We
Hmm.
provide in-person support. We speak about what we call the E3, economic development, electric vehicles, and energy efficiency, along with touching on any of the issues or concerns or just general questions that a small to medium business may have. And as I've indicated, our footprint covers the entire service footprint for PSEG Long Island, which goes from Far Rockaway all the way to East End Montauk.
Fantastic. And we're gonna dig into some of those a little bit more today. And we did a webinar on electric vehicles. So if anyone's interested in learning more about that, you can go right to our Schneps Media webinar and our YouTube channel and be able to get a recording of that. But we're gonna dig in some of these other things. And I want to learn more about the one-on-one guidance. It's fantastic. So talk to me a little bit about some of the challenges that businesses face that you're encountering.
Okay, so the biggest challenge that small to medium businesses are encountering really is knowing what's out there. When
Mm,
you think of PSEG Long Island, we are known for, of course, our electric. We're electric suppliers. You see the field crews out there, but there's another layer and there's another side to us. And specifically for the Business First Advocacy Program, it's really providing support to small to medium businesses. And the businesses out here on Long Island, many are not aware of the level of support that we offer. The
mhm.
BFA it serves as a middle guy or middleman between the small to medium business, and all of the various departments within PSEG Long Island. So while we still offer an amazing call center and a business hotline that can answer and service calls, things are then routed to a BFA who can help the business resolve their issues, concerns, get points of status, and also learn more about the products and services that we offer, specifically economic development. We offer grants and incentives. Energy efficiency, we offer rebates for energy efficiency appliances. Here are some of our stats. Yes. So we cover high volume calls. When you have a call and the call center is unable to supply a sufficient answer, they
Mhm.
route us in to help supply that answer. So my team will follow up and provide a courtesy call as a follow up to that call to one, make sure that you're satisfied and to make sure that your issue was resolved. We also are trying to build up our email contact listing. So this way you can receive our monthly newsletter that goes out to all of our small to medium businesses, which also highlight the BFA, who is the Business First Advocate for your specific region. They are divided across the island, and their zones all receive a tailored newsletter so that one, you know who your BFA is. It helps develop a point of trust with you, and you know who you can call if you have a question about the status of your activation of your meter, or if you applied for a grant and you haven't heard back. The BFA is that person to say, "How can I help? Let me help you. Let's talk." And
It's really
you're
like a concierge service. It's really like a concierge service, which is so important because in
mm,
small, medium business sized businesses, we are so busy juggling so many things at work, at home, and to try and think about the labyrinth that may feel because PSCG Long Island is a huge entity, but to be able to have someone that can really shepherd you through the process and help you get to the right place. And I love the newsletters. I love when I get those information packed newsletters that are directed to me because it helps kind of break through the clutter of information and overload just in my own mind.
yes, and we try to tailor it such that it features topics of interest directly for our small to medium business customer. And one of the latest features that we adopted this year was actually issuing the newsletter via email and allowing you as the customer, for those who have a native tongue other than English, you are now equipped with selecting the language of choice. So that when that email comes, there's a translation bar within that email message, and you can select your language of preference because we
Wonderful.
want to make sure that you are receiving the information in a way that you're comfortable. We are trying to meet you and help you, you being the business, and also to let you know too that we're listening. We heard requests to say, "Oh, I'm not understanding everything. I need help. Can you supply it in Spanish? Can you supply it in Mandarin?" Well, now we can, and that's what we're trying to do is to really reach out to all of our business owners,
Hmm.
um, regardless of the language barrier. We're trying to break through to make sure you understand. And one of the best things I love about the BFA team is that they genuinely care about the areas they support. And if you call, they will respond. If you email, they will respond. In year to date, through the month of May, as you can see before you, we've visited over 5,000 businesses so far and
Wow.
addressed over 100 zip codes. The
Wow.
team is extremely committed, and it's something that we enjoy doing because we see the results of our efforts.
I mean, I knew the Veronica as soon as I met you. I mean, the passion that you have for what you do. I mean, obviously your team is that way. And we're going to hear
Yes.
later about some of the examples of the tremendous help and wonderful things that have gone on with some of the businesses that you've worked with. But, working with people who are so passionate about what they do, this is not just a call center of nothingness. This is really people who care, who know about your business, who want to learn about your business and want to support your business. So that's really critical. So jumping more into that, I know that the Business First Advocates offer this free one-on-one guidance. So, how do you do that?
Well, so it's our outreach. One, we are extremely partnered with a lot of local organizations, namely the Chambers of Commerce. Um, we come out on site, we give group presentations for businesses that have a project underway, or they have a question, or they want to understand how can PSEG Long Island help me.
Hmm.
We have an open door policy where they can reach out to call and have a conversation. They can invite the BFA over to actually have an in-person discussion, and we simply address and we stay committed to that issue until it is resolved, to make sure that that small to medium business gets the results that they are aiming for.
So when you get, let's say, an email about your area, you would find out, let's say maybe Jeff is your
Your
BFA
BFA.
representative, and you would
Yes.
reach out to Jeff to ask specific questions. Could you also, let's say, you work with, your Chamber of Commerce. Can you invite PSEG Long Island to come and speak to is that something that, you encourage?
Absolutely. We have very close ties with our local chambers in Nassau and in Suffolk. We try to engage with as many of them as possible because later on, as I speak more about our economic development programs, we have grants that are directly tied and committed with each of the chambers. And the BFAs enjoy going out there sharing this information because we want to make sure that the businesses are taking advantage of these opportunities. Year after year, since 2016, 2017, we've been broadcasting the message that, hey, we're here, let us help you. If you're doing a project, if you're doing a major renovation, talk to us. If
Mm.
you're looking to change out your appliances so that your business can operate more efficiently, talk to us. So we're there to give you some feedback and guidance to really help your business thrive here on Long Island. Because at the end of the day, we are committed to one, ensuring that the businesses here last and continue their legacies here on Long Island. We're looking to bring jobs and opportunities to all of our locals here on Long Island. And we really want to show our relationship and partnership in supporting the growth so that everyone, the employees, the business owner, and the customers have a nice, high quality experience shopping here on Long Island and keep our economies growing.
Wonderful. You have such great ideas for businesses and helping them grow, and you're almost like an extension of the business.
Yes.
Like having extra employees on your on your side. So let's dig a little bit deeper. I want to talk about some of these in
Okay.
particular. So, share with me about your energy efficiency programs and rebates.
Okay. Sure. I love this slide because this shows you all of the tentacles that the BFA touches.
Mm.
And one of our top is obviously energy efficiency. We partner with energy efficiency to talk with the small to medium businesses about opportunities, one, obviously, to improve their operations. That involves having a free energy assessment where a specialist will come out on site. They will do a walkthrough of your premises. They will speak to you about energy efficiency opportunities that can range from lighting to HVAC to other customized energy efficient assessments, such that let's say if you work out of a garage that has a garage door that's constantly going up and down, maybe they would pitch to you the possibility of using air curtains. Air curtains help keep heat in or keep the cool air in. And in conditions like today, that's what you would want to have so that you're
Yeah.
not losing all of that airflow. But on top of that,
That's an important point today. I mean, this summer is going to be something else. So, if anything, this is a great way to kick off learning how you can be most efficient in that way, because could be a big savings.
it is a huge savings. And one of our lowest hanging fruit that I do want to highlight the fact that if you're going to execute a lighting project, now is the time to do it because with energy efficiency, the LED rebates, the lighting rebates are going away this year. So
Oh,
if you are going to implement or change out your lighting, we are encouraging you to do that this year. And for those of you who are saying, well, I changed out my lights maybe 5 years ago, guess what? There are newer LED products, and you too may still be a candidate for a rebate of some sort. So why not have a free assessment and let us be the one to tell you whether or not you're eligible for some funding because you may be eligible for a rebate and it's free. So why not?
So they can just, so a small business can just reach out to their representative. If they're not sure who it is, they can reach out. We'll share those numbers. And
Yes.
they can just say, I don't even know where to begin. Can you come in and give me an assessment and tell me what should be my punch list and in what order should I do these projects?
So what would happen, Elizabeth? That is exactly right. They could reach out to their BFA and say, I heard about this lighting rebate from this amazing webinar hosted by Schneps. Can I talk with you? The BFA will come on site. They'll have that conversation, review the workspace, talk with them to validate exactly what are you looking to do here. Are we looking, to do an energy efficiency project? Are you looking to do a renovation where we can talk about economic development? Are you interested in electric vehicles? They'll run through the list of potential products and services. We will
Hmm.
then take that back and we will talk to energy efficiency and say, hey, energy efficiency, we have a qualified assessment for you to go out to. And qualified meaning I have a business that is really interested in doing something and we need to get someone out there now. And that energy efficiency expert will go on site and conduct the walkthrough and provide their input to that small to medium business owner about opportunities that they can go for to improve their operations.
Fantastic. So you may be thinking about your lights and then have no idea there's something else that can be right there valuable.
Exactly. There could be other opportunities other than the lights that they
Yeah.
will talk with you about. But if you are doing lighting, I encourage you get it done now and submit all of your paperwork by December 1st because this is going away. The lighting rebates will be going away this year. So do it now.
So you touched upon something that I want to jump into more too, which is the economic development opportunities. I don't think people think about that when they think of PSEG Long Island. So share with us about that, please.
Yes, so this is another one that's very near and dear to my heart. Under economic development, we offer three amazing opportunities for small to medium businesses. First and foremost, let's talk about Main Street. So this is applicable for small to medium businesses that actually own their building. So a brick and mortar location, not a residential spot, but a commercial building space. If you are doing a renovation, we provide the opportunity for you to receive an incentive ranging from tier one up to $25,000 to as much as a tier two incentive, which equates to $100,000.
Wow.
Now, these projects are reviewed. There are things that we look at. We look at one, the benefits to the business itself, the benefit of the business to the local community, the number of jobs it would be bringing to the building, to the area, to Long Island, along with the capital expenditures, as well as the energy efficiency improvements that are being done. So it is a very involved application process, but guess what? You have support. And with this, you have two specialists that are actually helping you. One, the BFA, who is bringing it to your attention, and then two, an economic development specialist that is there with you from start to finish. And with Main Street, we like to be there from the beginning so we can actually advise you on what your plans are to make sure that you are maximizing the work that's being done. So that's one program.
Mhm.
Then another fan favorite is the vacant space program. Now, with vacant space, that is when you're renovating or buying into a commercial space that has been empty or vacant for 12 months or more.
Okay.
By doing that, we will step in and support you by providing bill credits for the first 12 months of your business. And what type of a benefit is that? It takes one bill off the shoulder of the business owner. Can you
Mm,
imagine? So now,
that's
depending on your rate code, the vacant space bill credits can range from 3,000 per year up to as much as $10,000.
wow. So it's almost like if you're even thinking about leasing space, you should reach out to your BFA because they could guide you. I mean, look, if you're deciding between two spaces and one has been
It's
vacant
worth the
and one
conversation.
hasn't, it's definitely worth a conversation to see if it's can help you financially.
Exactly. It is definitely worth the conversation. And then our third program is Community Thrive, where we are partnered with all of the chambers here on Long Island, and we have allocated up to $10,000 per chamber, that is basically designed to provide um, opportunities to beautify our local main streets, to attract business, and to
Mm,
afford the opportunity that someone will come down there and shop.
love it.
We've seen some great projects over the years, and one of my favorites that I do like to highlight is the Long Beach trash receptacles. They had local artists come in and decorate the receptacles.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
so
that.
beautiful and
Yeah,
home developed, with our local artists. And imagine we picked up the tab for that.
love that.
So
That's a
those
huge
are
number.
the types of partnerships we're looking for. And that's the message that we're trying to push out to the chambers to say, hey, we have this for you. Let's see what we can do for our towns. Now, I will also add, in accordance with New York State, if you're in what is identified as a DAC territory, a DAC, a disadvantaged community,
Mhm.
we will add an additional 10% on top of that
Wow.
rebate. And you
Wow.
can identify what zone you're in by going to the New York State map, and they have that all listed and identified. But we can also provide that information to you should you have a question about where you reside. Am I in a DAC area? We can
Mhm.
look that up and help you identify that area for you.
And that does make a difference. I know it's like the feeling of a neighborhood, really will lead you to want to be there more, shop there more, engage there more. So,
Yeah.
that's a special program that you offer. That
And
honestly,
and
I didn't know, I would never guess that PSEG Long Island is behind something like that.
you'd be amazed how many people when we go out in person, and I too am part of the go around, when we go out and we're talking to businesses, the look of surprise on their faces, like, are you serious? I did not know about this. Well, now we're trying to hit all areas, from our websites to social media to highlighting one of the best perks of our Main Street program, aside from the money. We always love the money. But on
Sure.
top of that, one of the things we do within the program is we offer 2 years of marketing your business. So when we're out here and we're talking about the program, we're also showcasing examples. Your business can be shown to demonstrate the work that we do. Could you imagine? Do you know how much it costs to really market a business in today's age?
Yes, I do. I do,
Great.
Veronica.
Exactly. So we're
Yeah,
helping to
it's
offset those costs. So we are really trying to really promote the small to medium business guy, because historically that has never been done. Small to medium businesses had to rely on their own resources, and we're trying to remove that struggle. And we're trying to say, hey, let's help. I know it's hard to believe, but you know what? Test us, try us out, and then let's talk.
you know what? I'm going to give a challenge to everyone on this webinar right now. I'm going to give each one of you a challenge to send the recording of this webinar out to 10 of your business friends. Seriously, life is about pay it forward. We all have our challenges in business, in our personal lives. Life can be tricky, right? And really, what it is all about is supporting one another, and especially businesses on Long Island supporting other businesses on Long Island. And this information's too good to just keep to us today. I really challenge each one of you, raise your hands. You can raise your hands virtually. Let me know that you're going to reach out and you're going to share this information to other businesses, because we have to get this information out to keep supporting each other and keep Long Island the thriving business community. Thank you, Bridget, for raising your hand. The thriving business community that it is. So really incredible. And I think another thing that speaks to the power of PSEG Long Island for business is the real world business success stories. And I
Yeah.
know that are so passionate about them. So we have some here on the slides, but I know you're going to talk about others too. Could you share with us some of these wonderful success stories?
Yes, so Silver Dollar Pottery, one of my favorites. This is out in Rocky Point. What a heart-wrenching story of this business entrepreneur who decided to, pursue her dreams. You know, um, not to go too far into her personal story, but after a personal life tragedy, she decided to say, you know what? I think it's time for me to do this. And she shared her story and her journey with us. And she applied for the Main Street renovation project. And we awarded her with this amazing grant that allowed her now to open up her business. She renovated a former glass and mirror shop and turned it into this beautiful art and pottery venue where all of the local artists or any students or children or anyone who has time or has an interest in art can come there and work on their craft.
Oh,
She deserves all of the success in the world, and we wish her all the best. That was one of my favorite moments going out there to award her with the big check moment.
wow. And what was this for? What was this going to help her with?
This actually helped with her actual renovation project itself. So
Oh,
this was for full renovation. Yes.
amazing.
So Main
Amazing.
Street. Mhm.
So another one, Harbor Fields Music Center in
Uh,
Greenlawn. Tell us.
Another favorite of mine. So with Harborfield Music, this husband and wife dynamic duo
Hmm.
both had professional careers and were committed to their church and had a love for music. And at some point in their life, they decided to put it all on the line and pursue their dream of sharing their love of music with their local community and bringing music into the life and heart of their students, whether they were children or adults. And this was a major success story because um, this particular project received the Main Street incentive. They also received energy efficiency awards and I believe vacant space as well. So this was what I call a triple win.
Triple threat. Yeah, absolutely. Amazing.
Mhm.
We have, I think, another one. Yes, the baking coach.
Yes. So the baking coach, this is one of our vacant space success stories. And again, you have to apply to find out. And the baking coach was one of our fun, like, enjoyable moments. She offers the full kits of how to cook and bake. And in return, we are covering that first year of her utility bill. So a major win for the baking coach as well.
Wow,
Um,
that's huge, huge benefit.
and I must say, I have to give a shout out. About a month ago, we did um, an in-person planning over pizza moment with one of our Main Street recipients. They're not on one of the slides here, but I want to give Zuzu over in Farmingdale a quick shout out because we invited wherever you were, any small to medium business, to come down and meet with us that day. And what an amazing turnout. And it was one of those 360-degree moments where we were hosting our event in a small to medium business in a local town that we were bringing them business and also trying to give out and work with different businesses so they too can reap the rewards of working with PSEG Long Island and participating in our programs. We had energy efficiency and economic development and the BFAs on site that day talking with businesses, and it was amazing. And we held that during Small Business Week.
Wonderful. Look, I mean, the collaboration that you're doing with businesses to businesses, I mean, that is, that's one of the things we do here at Schneps Media is like bringing business people together. And by
Yes.
doing that, I mean, the power of community and connection is unmatched. So, being that conduit is, and no pun intended, calling you a conduit, but being that conduit is really incredibly valuable.
Yeah, and we are really genuinely holding your hand to get you through the entire process as seamless and painlessly as possible. Now, yes, there is some work on your end as the business owner that you have to do, but we're there with you. We're there to help guide you. So why not? Let's collaborate. Let's talk.
Absolutely. That makes a difference. Nothing is so overwhelming when it's shared. So
Exactly.
phenomenally. So I wanted to also be able to talk about these resources, and then I want to get to some of our questions. But, here are some business first resources so that you know where you can reach out to. You want to share a little bit about that, Veronica? And I'm going to put it in the chat
Yes.
too.
Yes. So these are direct ways to reach out to us if you wish to read about more of our programs or to reach out to us direct. So obviously, of course, our website, psegliny.com/business first, where you will get to read about all of our programs and services. If you feel that you know that you are ready to have an energy assessment done, then you can submit the request yourself directly by going to, again, psclongisland.com/business assessment. From that portal page, you can submit your request and someone will respond, or you can call our business hotline at the number in front of you, or you can send an email directly to the team, which is right there, PSEGLI hyphen business first at PSEG.com. And someone will respond. We have someone monitoring all of our email accounts all day. So feel free to send us an email.
Amazing. So walk us through. I'm a small business. I'm interested. I want to have a business assessment. I want to have someone walk me through this. What's my best first? What do you think is my best first step as a small business? What would you recommend? You're the
Okay.
expert. We want the inside scoop, Veronica.
Okay, so if I am a small to medium business and I want to know, okay, what are these exact products and services? She's talking about so many things from energy efficiency, eco dev, and all these amazing things. Who can I talk to? I would email business first at
Okay.
the email address because someone will respond to that, and then we will route you to the appropriate channel. But the best part is we talk to you first to qualify you to say, okay, you know what, Elizabeth, based on your business and what you're looking to do, you definitely needed an energy assessment here. Let me get that field tech out there so they can come see you. Or if you're about to start a renovation, I can say, well, you know what, Elizabeth, do not break ground yet. Let me make sure someone from economic development talks with you. So to me, if I were any small to medium business, I would jot down that email address and I would email that email ASAP.
Thank you.
Now,
That's a great advice.
I will add, we are trying to send out this amazing welcome kit that is being mailed and emailed and presented in person to all of our small to medium businesses. Inside that welcome kit, you're going to find a wealth of information, repeating some of the information that I've shared here, as well as identifying your BFA. Their contact information is in that pamphlet. So if you have not received your welcome kit yet, stay tuned because it's coming.
Fantastic. Now, how do also, I really like that newsletter that you talked about. How do people sign up for that?
Well, that is a great question. If we have your email address on file, it is automatically being mailed to you every single month. If you're
Okay.
not sure that we have your communication email, and I say communication email because some of our small to medium business, they have third party bill payers on file. But
Right.
if we need to communicate with you as a business owner, we need to have your email address so that you're not missing out on this newsletter. So if you're sitting here today listening and you're thinking, I haven't gotten a newsletter, email us your email address today, right now.
And we can
Email
use
that
this email, this email.
PSEGLI email.
Okay.
Yes. And give us the communication email account that you use so we can add that email to your account and ensure that will receive this monthly newsletter, which I hate to be biased, but it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely so informative.
I love that it's also so specific to where you are and has your BFA contact and all that good stuff. So did everyone get that? You make sure you send the email PSEGLI dash business first at PSEG.com. I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm also going to email it to everyone. You're going to get a thank you email in 24 hours. You're going to have a recording of this webinar, and you're going to have all this contact information there as well. So not to worry, but I would just write this down. I would not write it down. I would put it right now in my email and stay connected with us. And then as soon as we're done, just pop out that email and just get the process started. And remember, 10 of your business contacts, make sure that they hear about this. This is really important. I want to get to some of our questions here.
Okay.
Let me jump over to here. Oof, we have a lot of questions. I love it. Um, let's see. Okay, so Anne wants to know, is there a program like this for nonprofits?
Not for profits are actually eligible to apply.
Okay, wonderful.
And,
Great. Did you
she's
hear that,
speaking
Anne?
about Yes.
Send out that email. Send that email, right? Make sure. Okay, we have another here. Oh, also good thing to know is that there is a video for Harbor Fields that you can also we're gonna share with you too. Um and I think, the question that keeps coming up is how do I get started? How do I get started? And what are the first questions that I should ask? And I think, you've really addressed that in terms of, what to say, what to ask, and make sure that people are getting involved. So what I'm going to do right now, and please put
Mhm.
your questions in here. We do have some time for, one or two more questions, but if I want to ask you this, Veronica, if
Sure.
you were talking to your very best friends in the world and they needed advice as a small business,
Mhm.
what is your what is your advice to
What
them?
was my guidance?
Yeah,
Um,
what is your secret? I know send the
I
email,
would,
but what else?
aside from that, I would say, if I were talking to my best friend who was looking to start a business, one, I would advise her to scope out a vacant space, a vacant commercial space, and use that as your renovation for your brick and mortar location. Why? Because you will get to maximize all of the support options that are available to you across the board. Obviously, one, Main Street, because it will be a full renovation. Two, the vacant space program, which will cover your first year of services. And then three, once you are in existence, definitely join your local chambers and see how you can collaborate with the chambers to bring something to that Main Street Avenue. So this way, you tap across all three economic development programs and then put the icing on the cake. Let's get some energy efficiency appliances in there so that this way, again, you have a full experience of your employees are happy because they're comfortable in this brand new well-equipped slash modern environment. Your customers are happy because one, you just took an eyesore off of the neighborhood block and turned it into this amazing workspace. And three, you're generating revenue and you're bringing in jobs and you are living the dream of thriving or having a thriving business
I am
here on.
Michael Tall.
And here's
Go
the
ahead.
Harvard Bill. Go for it.
I want to share this video because it's special.
I am Michael Charles,
Charles.
owners of Haberfields Music Center in Gwynlaw. I started playing music when I was 7, and I began teaching at 13.
Thanks to PSEG Long Island's programs, we just opened our music education center in Greenlawn.
We receive rebates for high efficiency LED lighting, a grant to finish out our space, and undue credit for a year. This is helping us get off to a good start. Now we can focus our attention on doing what we love.
I love that. I love that. I hope
Yeah.
you all hear that well. Sometimes Zoom is not the perfect transmission, but I hope that you heard that because it's such a beautiful, beautiful, again, saying what you do for small businesses and for people, for people. That's what we are. We're all people, families, dreams, hopes, and you're
Exactly.
really creating an opportunity to support that. And you know what? We're not alone. And I think that that's a really important thing, knowing that PSEG Long Island is here for your small to medium business. You are not alone. Yes, you have to walk through the walk, but PSEG Long Island is here to walk through it with you,
With you.
easier for you, and be able to show you things that you would have no idea. So I did share all the contact information here. I'm going to share it again in
Okay.
the chat. You can go ahead, please, please take Veronica's advice, send that email today, set up an assessment, get a conversation going, find out what it is that you can use to benefit your business, your community. That's all it takes is the beginning. That's the way it is in life,
Exactly.
right? The first step is sometimes the hardest, but is the
Exactly.
opening to it all. And if you're here for a reason because you're meant to learn more about your business. Also, remember, I'm going to say again, share this because as small, medium-sized businesses, just like PSCG Long Island does, bringing small and medium-sized businesses together, you can be that too here. you can share with your community and make sure that everybody knows. Maybe you're going to be that. What is the name of that pizzeria again?
Zuzu over
Maybe
in
you're going to
Farmingdale.
be Zuzu. Maybe you're going to be Zuzu, and everyone's going to come to your business, and you're going to get together and you're going to find out, what you can achieve. You dream it, let PSEG Long Island help you achieve it. So, Veronica, thank you so much. I loved everything that you had to say. Thank you for
Oh,
enlightening
thank
us.
you.
Thank you to all of our attendees for spending some of your time here today. I hope this is valuable. I know if you take advantage of it, it will be. And I want to wish you all, please stay safe, stay hydrated,
Yes.
and we'll look forward to seeing you at a future webinar. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.